today. From Soldier Field in Chicago, it's Week 4 of the NFL on EA Sports. It's the Chicago Bears taking on the Los Angeles Rams.
Soldier Field opened back in 1924. The Rams ready to go on offense. Here's James, throwing to start the drive. Flushed out right. He'll wind up getting 9 after tucking it and running, so it'll leave him with 2nd and a yard. And they're going to speed things up here. A first run now for Kyren Williams. The numbers for Williams a week ago: 14 carries, 60 yards.
You know he's proud of his standing as the league's number 3 rusher, and those linemen in front of him, they're just as proud, but they all have the same goal in mind. Get him to number 1 in the league and celebrate a rushing title at the end of the year. That starts with a good game here.
Now a play fake here on first down. Flush to his right. He'll get this complete to Cooper Kupp. And he has a big gain inside the 40 before being dropped. Call that a very strong gain of 24.
Looked like the defense put pretty good pressure on him, but he's able to flush out to his right to try and evade people. On the run, had to get on his horse. Still accurately throws a nice pass for a first down.
On 1st and 10, James. And his throw's going to be incomplete. Well, the Rams had 2-1 now to start the campaign, and they were looking good until last week's loss took them from the ranks of the unbeaten.
Yeah, I don't think anyone was expecting this team to push the 72 Dolphins, but still, you got to take a lot of positives from this first month. If they can bounce back and move to 3-1, they'll be pretty well set up for the remainder of the season to follow.
Looking to speed things up here, going with some tempo. James now on 3rd down, being chased out left. And he will slide to a stop. He does have the first down. It's a 9-yard gain, and it keeps the drive moving.
Certainly not a positive sign if you're the D coordinator and you see your guys give up that space so early in the game. 3rd down, that's when the clamps are supposed to come out, but his ability to create things with his legs makes things difficult.
Now James throwing on 1st down. And his throw here is incomplete.
As defensive coordinators around the league tell me all the time, that throw is not for every quarterback because you've really got to drive the ball downfield. It's going to be a tight window for him to fit that one into. In this case, unsuccessfully.
On 2nd down, Williams. And he's going to take this down close to a first down at about the Bears 17. And now it looks like they're going to be in the hurry-up. To throw is James. Off the play fake. Steps away to his left. And he's able to pick up the first down before he's tackled right at the 10. Give him 7 on the tuck and run, and it'll get him a new set of downs.
And that's an early scramble that can be viewed positively by either side. From the offensive point of view, it begins to establish him as a possibility to keep it on certain plays. And defensively, they avoided giving up a huge play with one of their first tests in containing a quarterback on the run.
The man in motion left here, Johnson. They'll fake the jet sweep, and instead of give up the middle to Williams. No sweat from Montez Sweat that time as he makes that stop look easy.
That's a play to take note of there for the defense. I think in the future, if you're going to try and block him, maybe you get a guard to help double team him and try and steer him out of the play. They should have done it on that snap.
Williams going to get it again on second down. They stopped after only a yard, taking it down to the 14. And the offense moving quickly to the line. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. They'll roll him out right. And they'll get him down about 3 yards short of the first. The scramble good for a nice gain of 10 yards, but still 4th down. So the Rams coming back onto the field, their second drive of the game. They've got some stuff to build on from that last drive because they moved the football, CD, and then they tried to go for it on 4th down, didn't convert, probably left a bitter taste in their mouths.
I would say so, and I think that they go out in this series determined for that not to happen again. In fact, they don't even want to get to a 4th down opportunity. They just want to make sure they get it done within the parameters that they've set for themselves. Run their offense, get it into the end zone. Yeah, I think a little bit of determination and a dash of anger.
Back to throw. James. And he'll go down. The Bears get there for the sack. Montez Sweat, the man that time to fight in and drop him.
They just gave up a sack there, and if I'm not mistaken, they gave up 4 last week, didn't they?
Yes. And just looking really porous, aren't they?
They really are, and I'm wondering if they're going to have to start thinking about keeping the tight end in, maybe a back, someone to help assist, because right now, their quarterback's been getting hit a lot in the last couple of games.
James looking to throw on 2nd down. That's to the second-year man, Puka Nacua. The offense on 3rd down, they've been okay, 2 for 3 thus far. This is going to be 3rd and 13. Operating from the gun, James escaping the pressure right. And he is out of bounds right around the 34. Able to pick up a dozen yards, but they needed more. 4th down.
I can't be sure how much of that was planned pre-snap, but it certainly opens up some avenues for their offense. And if he can stay a threat to break off those kind of runs.
So now here are the Rams as their offense comes back out. They begin the drive with Williams. And not a whole lot of room to operate there on the 1st down run. He gets maybe 3. Now 2nd and 7 from the 23. Off play action. James eluding the pressure right. That'll be caught. It's Kupp. And he'll get this one way up just shy of the 45-yard line. Second catch for him today, and it'll wind up a 1st down.
As a general rule, offensive linemen like to know where their quarterback's going to be when he's setting up to throw the football. But sometimes they just have to get on the run, get on the move. He was able to do that on that play and picks up a 1st down with a nice throw.
Here's James on 1st down. A fight for the football, and it's intercepted. And they take over. They'll set up shop at the 46-yard line. Boy, he had to fit that into a pretty tight window over the middle. things, unfortunately, continuing to implode here. The interception he threw on the previous. They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. That went out wide and intercepted. Picked up by Jalen Johnson. And he's going to take this one back to the 37-yard line. Out is their quarterback with this offense to take over once more. He's coming off his second interception. Off the play fake. James rolling to his left. The quick throw knocked away. It's incomplete.
I know he was trying to get the completion downfield, but the way this game has gone, with a few of the runs he's made along the way, he should have kept the ball and taken it with his feet downfield. That's the big play that shreds a defense. Instead, he thought to himself, I'm a quarterback. I've got to throw it. He bailed out the defense with that incompletion.
And he'll be out of bounds across the 30-yard line. They get 6. That'll leave them with 3rd and 4.
That's a nice design there, but sometimes, though, you get so many blockers out ahead of you, they kind of slow you down and force you to adjust. You always appreciate guys trying to help you, but maybe one less there could have turned this into a bigger game.
James now from the gun on 3rd down. And he fires one, but incomplete.
It's going to be another frustrating end to a drive here. This offense, they've not been able to get anything going in this first.
Out come the Rams. They'll have it first here to begin the 3rd quarter. We'll see, Charles, if they had a chance to hit the reset button at halftime. They have not scored. They're facing this big deficit. And if they're going to come back, it's going to have to start right now.
Yeah, and for them, it's not dwelling in the negative because, yes, they were totally ineffective in the first half. But we've seen many games that have flipped around in the second half. It all starts with this drive right here. They get something good going, put some points on the board, they begin to have hope.
He was held without a catch in the first half,
Let's
but
go.
he's got one here, and he also picks up a first down. Looking to throw. James. Pressure, and he's taken down. A Bear sack. Montez Sweat picks up his 2nd sack of the afternoon. And that's his 2nd sack in this one.
And you just can't ask a defensive end or an edge rusher to play any better than what we're seeing right now. And, partner, it's still just the 3rd quarter. I'm thinking he's not done yet. Even if he's not getting a sack, he's bringing a lot of pressure to the pocket.
And he drops it incomplete. And their struggles continue here. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. Flushed out right. Open man right side is Kupp, complete. And he is going to have a Rams first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. Back to throw. James. Pass complete there to Nacua. Call it a gain of 3 on the play, and that's going to bring up 2nd down. Back to throw again. That's caught. It's Tutu Atwell. And he's going to be touched down, but he's got the first down. They're going to hurry back to the line now. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. Looking left side, and it's complete.
Perfect call.
And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Rams. Puka Nacua. His third touchdown now on the year. And the Rams are able to cut into that deficit. So that, Charles, their first score of the ball game, obviously, coming here in the third quarter. Is that going to be enough to energize the troops?
It's a great question, and we'll wait to see the answer, but it's finally something for them to build on. Now they know that they can actually score against that defense.
Oh, yeah, we can score.
And the lead now cut to 14. Well, it's still an uphill battle from here, that's for sure, but that makes it a two-score game.
And now we see why teams practice so much on the two-point conversion, why you have more than one play ready, because you...
And the Rams
our defense is not
on the field.
Unbelievable.
I kind of feel like they've reached a do-or-die point in this game.
I'm going to feed Kyron. If it's there, it's there. So we're running it.
They'll try to get this running game going with Williams. And they're going to get him behind the line yet
Passing
again.
situation.
Nightmare afternoon continues. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
You got to figure the further they fall behind, the more you think that they'll get away from the run. They're trying to stick with it, but the results, they just aren't there.
Cooper Kupp, baby.
Now James to throw on 2nd down. Throwing over the middle, but it's incomplete.
As this old brain remembers, when I see 5 wide receivers on the field as a defender, I know the ball's coming out hot. They expected it and got there and popped it free.
To throw is James. To throw on 3rd down. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man.
Beautiful
complete.
catch.
And he is going to have a Rams first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
And that's well executed there on 3rd down, and I love the confidence that they had to let their tight end try and find some space in the middle of the field, right in their quarterback's line of vision. And QBs love to make that easy throw, and they hooked up there.
And the ball is knocked out.
What?
Much like a running back going through the line, quarterbacks have to be aware of protecting the
jailbreak screen,
well.
jailbreak screen right. We're going to run it to the left.
Having it knocked free, but fortunately, had an alert teammate who was able to get it.
James looking to throw on 2nd down.
Nice catch, jackass.
Target and incomplete.
I can assure you, setting up a screen is much more difficult than it appears. It requires excellent timing from everyone on the offense, and a defense's #1 goal is to throw that timing off.
And he's got the first down before being taken down at the 46. And they're going to hurry back to the line now. Here's James on 1st and 10. And a dangerous throw there on the drop-off. Incomplete, nearly intercepted.
Offense was moving it a little bit, had them back on their heels, but they earn a brief pause by forcing the incompletion. That gives them a quick chance to regroup and try and mount a stand before they're backed up even further.
They'll get only 3 there, so it leaves them with a 3rd and 7 ahead. Off-play action, James. And that ball incomplete, nearly intercepted. Took a chance with that one. It'll lead to a 4th down. So another incompletion. LA set to take over again on offense.
They have to score on this drive. Inside zone. Nope.
From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. Oh, he dropped it. And that's pretty indicative of the way this one's gone.
Looked like both sides were anticipating a quick throw there, and the defense was ready to jump in and deny it, and they did.
James now throwing again on 2nd and 10. Got a man. It's Higbee, complete.
Gotta love your tight end, right there, Long Henry.
Being taken down. A gain there of 21 yards.
Well, we talk all the time about playing situational football, and right now I think the scoreboard is dictating what they need to do. Where they are in this game, they've got to push the ball downfield, take their shots, try and get big chunks of...
And he's going to be taken down. Pressure gets there back at the 39-yard line. That one will set him back nearly 10 yards here on 1st down on the sack.
We're not worried.
After the sack, it's 2nd and 19, and the road... Gets a bit tougher from here. Boy, and now they can't even get a play off. So they accept the penalty, of course, and push the offense backwards a bit. Following the penalty, it's Williams. Give him 5 yards on the run there, but it'll leave him with a definite 3rd and long on the horizon. Off the play fake, James. He's got his target. That's complete. And he's taken down, but not before reaching the 10-yard line. And now they're in the hurry-up. They go play action here on 1st down. Out to his left. And this is going to be intercepted. Tyreek Stevenson picks it off. And the Bears are going to get the football here as the ball will come out to the 20.
All right.
There he is.
Got no
taking the
defense.
snaps under center, heading out for the next possession. And that interception that ended their previous drive likely also ended any shot they had at victory.
Yeah, long road back from here, no doubt about that one. But let's face it, if you're going to go out there and compete, you want to try and end on a strong note, don't you?
Absolutely. It won't end in a victory like you said, but they can maybe take something positive out of this one. After the incompletion, here's 2nd and 10 from the 20. Throwing again, James. And that'll be incomplete.
Oh, my God.
Shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on 3rd down.
And that's another play that's painted the picture of this game overall. It's been a blowout. It's been continually fueled by big turnovers and stops for one
Middle,
side,
middle, high, low.
and an inability to advance the ball
Right in the middle. Should be there.
Now James on 3rd down. He's going to fire one deep over the middle.
Oh.
And this one incomplete. And another throw that really could have been, maybe should have been intercepted. That would have been number 4. Instead, it's 4th down.
Now what are we going to do?
As expected, they're going for it to keep the drive alive.
Got it.
And it's incomplete. They cannot
What?
And they turn it over. No luck for the Rams as they fail here on 4th down. And now possession's going to go over with a football. Now the Rams offense getting the football back. To throw is James. Throwing to start the drive. Throws left side. Atwell's got it. He'll be dropped after a gain of about 6 across the 30 to the 31. James to throw on 2nd down. Going to be taken in here by Nacua. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. And quickly they get to the line. Here's James throwing on 1st down. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today.
What?
Picked up by Jaquan Brisker. But with this advantage, this defense knew that passes were coming, and they stayed in position, Charles, and picked one off.
He's got to run the ball.
Here's a Los Angeles offense as they get set to take possession.
Drive. All right.
Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. Open man is Atwell, complete.
Can do that all day. It's just not try and go deep, and they got you covered. There's no chance.
Operating from the gun, James. And a big loss here as he's
Who is that? Sweat?
Montez Sweat able to record his 5th sack of the season.
Nightmare of a game continues for this quarterback, brought down with the game already decided. This sack adds insult to injury for him. Multiple turnovers, down by multiple touchdowns, now dumped early in a drive in the final quarter.
James now throwing on 3rd and long. Well, had his hands on it, couldn't bring it in. Pretty symptomatic of how this game's been going. We've talked about it, CD, but it bears repeating. The football going back to the Rams now.
Yeah, touchdown pass and 5 completions. That's the goal.
Second half to erase that deficit. They start the drive on the ground. It's Williams. And he'll maneuver his way forward for about 4. 2nd and 6. And they're going to speed things up here. Now James looking to throw on 2nd down. This one swung out to Williams. And he'll get it up to the 33-yard line. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. Looking to throw. James. And this is incomplete.
Wasn't a bullet pass.
In the game, they've got to continue to try anything they can. They're still working at it, even though this one feels like a lost cause.
2nd and 10. They run straight ahead with Corum. And he stopped immediately there. looking to speed things up here, going with some tempo. To throw is James. Off play action. Forced out to his left. And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45. The escapability in evidence there is that one good for 15 and a first.
It hasn't been the cleanest game for him, but there was a sign of improvement as he looks towards the next
Puka.
one. Nice bit of scrambling to move the sticks, and even more importantly, he didn't risk adding another interception to his ledger.
Atwell.
James on first down. He'll get this one complete to Atwell. And that'll be good for 8 yards to the 45. Second and a couple. Off play action. James. And my goodness, another interception. Picked up by Tremaine Edmonds, the linebacker. And they will score a pick six for a Bears touchdown. Well, what has been a fantastic game for this defense has been rough for this offense, and certainly a signal call. And the LA offense ready for this next possession, even though they were able to force the punt defensively. Here's James throwing after the interception. And he is going to be taken down. They got him. As that is going to take us to the 2-minute warning. Quan Alexander in there to take him down on what will take us to the 2-minute warning. Now this one from about 2 counties over after the sack. They come up on a second and very long. Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there trying to take a shot, but it's third down. So certainly in a pickle here. They have a mile to go to try to pick up the first. We'll see what they've drawn up. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete. Charles, a lot of happy faces heading into the tunnel as this one ends, and understandably so. Not only did they get the win, but boy, their offense was on fire in this ball game.
And partner, I have no idea what the top speed is on one of those high-end sports cars. What's the top gear you can get into? This offense, they certainly were there in this one, huh? Everything clicking for them.
Hello. Is it me you're looking for? Skill points. All right, he's set up. Let's go on to the next week. Like, comment, subscribe. Bears defense really good, and I don't know what's up with our Rams defense. I gotta look at this. And the old line's weak. Okay, we got Braden, but he's on the down. Kobe's. Oh my god. Oh my goodness gracious. This team is terrible on defense. Bunch of 75s. John Johnson. Cameron Curl. Quentin Lake. Adoree. Alright. Who do we got next week? There's the big man. At the Packers next. That should be interesting. Five plus passing touchdowns. Let's go for the moon. Set the activities. Let's change the gear up a little bit. I don't like that face mask. Just have to focus. Keep in check every day. Focus. It's gonna get warm here for a while with some high winds. Minnesota wind report. Hey, let's see. What do we want to do with the face mask? A Slinger 3 or generic? I don't like that one. No. Maybe that. Traditional. No. I like that one. That's the one. Good morning to you. Give me a comment. Where are you hanging out tonight? Side activities. This is where this makes a difference. Let's get going.
Today, from Los Angeles, California.
Good. There he is, the new QB.
It's week 5 of the NFL on EA Sports.
So out come the Rams now for their first possession. James now throwing to start the drive. And a quick throw here, that's complete. And from the 25, they work this to the 29, a gain of 4. The first carry now. This is Williams. And he's going to lose yards. They take him down at the 26. And now it looks like they're going to be in the hurry-up. Now James to throw on third down. Pass taken in by his big tight end. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. So into Packer territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 44-yard line. Back to throw. James. And he's going to be sacked. They sack him back right at the midfield stripe. They could not contain Kenny Clark as he gets home for the sack.
I spent a lot of extra time preparing for this game watching this offensive line because they gave up 5 sacks last week in their loss. They just gave up another one now. They don't seem to be working together as a cohesive unit. Right? 4 guys might have it right, but the 5th guy is giving something up. They've got to find a way to all get on the same page.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down. Operating from the gun, James. That'll be caught by Cup. Well, this is going to depend on the spot, but it's not a very generous one. He looks to be about a yard or so short. Here we go with Williams. And he is not going anywhere. They stop him for no gain.
My gosh.
Sean McVay's gamble does not pay off. And on the opening drive of the afternoon. So the Rams coming back onto the field, their second drive of the game. And they come in losers of 2 straight. And remember, they've got the open date on their calendar next weekend. But you think it's vitally important, Charles, that they focus on the task at hand here?
Absolutely, because these players, they know what's coming up. And the difference between taking time off following a win versus doing so on a 3-game losing streak, that's absolutely huge because they may come back if they lose this game to a facility and there may be new faces in there and some teammates lost.
Hey, yo.
Time fighting free and getting to the quarterback. How to approach this. 3rd down and 16 yards to go. Looking to throw. James.
2-2.
Hands of Tutu Atwell.
My boy 2-2.
Field across the 45. That was no 3rd and 2. That was 3rd and 16, but they get the conversion anyway.
Yeah, you like that? Packer, backer.
Big moments in this game. But plays like this are critical to keep drives going. And if points result, we'll call this play significant.
Let's go, blue.
To throw is James. Off the bootleg. That's into the hands of Parkinson, the tight end. And taking it across the field and just shy of the 40. And the offense moving quickly to the line. Now a 1st down carry. It's Williams.
Jeez, can't run on his defense.
Losing yardage back at the 43-yard line. And now we're going to get a stoppage as, yeah, that looks like Jackson who's shaken up. While they come out and take a look at him, we will step aside for just a moment.
Jackson. That's a down distance. 2nd and 11. Wheel route.
Maybe just a slight detour on what's been a strong
Cover
drive.
3.
2nd and 11.
Something underneath. Cup.
Operating from the gun. James. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's 3rd down.
It's another zone defense. It looks like it's open for possibilities, but they did a nice job patrolling the middle of the field and forcing an incompletion.
James on 3rd down, escaping the pressure right. And he's taken down, trying to do a little too much, getting outside of the pocket, and it results in a sack. It'll go in the books as a sack and a loss of a yard, but more L.A. readies for its next possession. Here's James. Throwing to start the drive. Gets this into the hands of the tight end, Higbee. And to the 36-yard line, taken down there after getting 8 yards. Screen play set up for Williams. And he'll get up to the 43-yard line. 7 yards there and a first down. And the Rams had 2-2 through the first 4 weeks of the season. And they come in losers of 2 straight, so trying to turn things around here.
And you just mentioned 2 straight, and when you're talking about 2 games, that's nothing to panic about. They feel like they've been a little bit unlucky in the last couple. This is a club that's more than capable of turning things around, and I expect them to play really well here.
And he's going to be brought down right there after the catch.
By the way, Cooper Kupp, Big J.
22-yard gain.
And partner, they're locked in man coverage out left, and they end up running a crossing route. Routed it a little bit more than a slant. He's just going to angle himself towards the right side of the field, and that's very difficult for a defender to shadow him across all that ground.
So into Packer territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 34. Again, he'll drop to throw. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's 2nd down. You look at this Packers defense. They've been pretty much a mess against the pass, number 31 in the league.
Theories abound. People have opinions. But too often for this team this season, it's been the big play that's done them in.
4 yards the gain, and it'll bring up a 3rd down. 3-0 after 1 on EA Sports. The Rams with the football here to begin the 2nd quarter, as they've got it with a 3rd down coming up. They are in need of 6 yards here if they hope to move the chains. James now to throw on 3rd down. That is incomplete.
Hey, yo.
That's a good job there creating the contact to force the incompletion. And now since it's 4th
the
down,
field goal.
that should set up a field goal situation.
And a nice sigh of relief defensively to be able to...
Like, comment, subscribe. Chat if you're up for it.
Now the Rams offense, they
5+ completions in this drive. Let's do it.
Partner, fast forward with me for a second. Remember, next
2-2.
week they have the open week, so they're going to get some extended rest. Does that change how they manage the rest of this one?
I think it does a little bit, but not by too much, because you're right. You get the extra rest, you get a chance to heal up and kind of, do a little bit of a reset for this team. But it's also 7 extra days to think back to the last time you were on the field. So now, a little more importance on what they're getting done, because they carry it with them for essentially 2 weeks.
Now a 2nd and 6. Operating from the gun, James buying time to his left. And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. Preston Smith comes in for the sack. The Rams on 3rd down, 2 for 5 to this point. This is 3rd and 9, eluding the pressure right. And he'll only get this to the 14 as he'll come up well short of the 1st down. Only able to get back a yard for his efforts, and that leads us to 4th down.
And partner, I would guess that in his headset he was hearing from his coach, it's 3rd down, don't take a sack. And in this case, he's able to avoid...
The offense for Los Angeles returns to the field. And they have the game here followed by the open date on their calendar next weekend. And Charles, this is a crew that you have to think really is relishing the opportunity to be on the couch for a few days.
Yeah, they certainly are, but let's face it, partner. They can't get caught looking ahead to that couch time while they're playing this one. They've got to take care of business first.
They'll start on the ground here on first down. Xavier Howard up to make the tackle. Here's a 2nd and 5. Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's 3rd down. They'll need 5 on this play to move the sticks. Now James from the gun on 3rd down. And a big loss here as he's taken down. The defense rising to the challenge and setting him back on the sack. But, Charles, this has been something to watch so far. This is where you really feel for a quarterback. The Rams offense now, they get set and head back onto the field. To throw is James. Throwing to start the drive. Short throw, it's Higbee. And they'll get 8 out of this before being stopped at the 28. Line of scrimmage, the 28 now as they come up on 2nd and a couple. And he still has yet to get on track in this first half as they're going to stop him behind the line. Here's 3rd and 3. Off the play fake. James. Short throw, it's Higbee. And past the 40 before he's out of bounds. Catch number 4 for him on the afternoon, and it'll give him a first down. Off play action. James. And that one complete downfield to Kupp.
Hey, yo.
Down, but not before getting this inside the 30. That's good for 28 yards.
But certainly as a fan, you get a little bit nervous when you see him make those kind of throws. But they work on that in practice more than we know. And most of them now know their limits and know what they can get away with. And there's a completion right there.
James off the bootleg. On the move to his left. Letting one go deep for the end zone. And it is incomplete. Good positioning there downfield to break that one up. Here's 2nd and 10. Now we give up the middle to Williams. And a decent gain there as that takes us to the 2-minute warning. Give him 4 on the ground there. They're now left with 3rd and 6. Back to throw. James. And that's going to be incomplete. The coverage too good there. The contact popped the ball free, and it's 4th down. So now here are the Rams as their offense comes back out. Here's James throwing to start the drive. And this time he's got the hookup. It's complete. Clock continuing to roll as the Rams try to get going again. James now to throw on 2nd down. Throwing middle, but it's incomplete.
And I think they'd be well served to take that type of a physical approach against him the rest of the game. He's had his way so far, but on that last one, that worked quite well for the defense.
Now James on 3rd down. That is caught. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. First down now, but that clock rolling. They'll look to throw again. Trying to find Kupp, but it's intercepted. And he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. And into the end zone. It's a pick 6 and a Packer touchdown. A big play there by the rookie. An interception followed by the return for 6 points. After a week's worth of preparation, probably not prepared for this. You throw the pick 6, and now you're behind the 8 ball here. See if they can rally 1st and 10. They'll start this drive out on the ground. And he'll get what he can up the middle, 3 yards. That'll bring up 2nd down.
Well, they still have time to get him established, but in my estimation, they've got to pick up the urgency here. They've got to get quickly in and out of the huddle and run off a bunch more plays.
Williams going to get it again on 2nd down. And they'll take him down at the 31-yard line. They're going to hurry back to the line now. To throw is James. Off the play fake. They give him 13 yards there on the play and a fresh set of downs. Now a 10th carry. Here's Williams. And a pretty good burst there as they get this across midfield and down to the 46. So naturally they will decline it. They got the 1st down anyway on the play.
Who needs a penalty when you picked up the 1st down through hard work and effort anyway? 1st down.
Up the middle, it's Williams. And good space to operate there as he takes
Yo,
inside the 35-yard line.
Cross the right.
And they're going to hurry back to the line now. Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw. And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 37-yard line. And they'll send Kupp in motion right. James looking to throw on 2nd down. Caught left side, Williams. And he gets it down to the 32. They need to get this to the 24 on 3rd down. Off the play fake. James sliding out of the pocket. And this is going to result in another 1st down as the tackle's made at the Packers 19. A give to Williams, running right. And just a couple yards there down to the 17. And now they're in the hurry-up. Here's James to throw on 2nd down. Touchdown, Rams. Puka Nacua, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Rams are back within a score. Well, they had their chances in the 1st half, you remember, but had to settle for 2 field goals. This time they come away with 6.
I think they actually got affirmation about what they were doing by getting a touchdown because the field goals means they got range but couldn't quite finish it off. This time they broke through, and that's great for the old confidence.
And on the side, 3 and 6, is it astronomical or no?
It can be at times, that's for sure. A lot of times the field goal feels like a disappointment. The touchdown, well, that tells you you're getting it done.
They're going to try and run. And he's not going to get in as a try for 2 comes up empty. So they will be unable to cut this to a field goal as the differential remains 5. LA set to take over again on offense. And the script really is flipped for them. The momentum on the other sideline, and now they have to try and battle back from a 2-score deficit. They'll start on the ground here on 1st down. And he'll get this up just shy of the 30.
I feel like I can see what he was thinking on that carry. He wanted to follow that big tackle through the hole. Ended up only getting 4 yards on the carry. I think he had designs on that one being bigger.
James now looking to throw on 2nd down. They'll get this one to Kupp complete. And down he goes, but he takes it up to the 40. It's a gain of 11 and a first down, L.A. Off play action. James. Throwing left
2-2.
side.
2-2.
He has a big gain inside the 40 before being dropped. And quickly they get to the line. Now James on 1st and 10. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2. Looking to throw. James. And here's a leaping catch. He pulled it in. Now a 1st and 10 at the 11. Back to throw. James. Flushed out right. That's complete right around the 8. A lot of effort there for just a 3-yard gain, and now 2nd down. Off the play fake. James. This will be caught at about the 5. And he's going to take
Touchdown, Jeremiah James.
Tyler Higbee. His first touchdown on the year. And the Rams have made it a one-score game again here in the 4th. So how about that for an answer? They get the touchdown there, and it's back to a one-score game here in the 4th.
And that's what these guys have done all game long, because they've scratched and slashed their way to stay in this game. And by now, we should all realize they're not going away. Now the pressure again swings to their defense, because they're going to need to find some way to get the ball back.
And now out on the field, here comes Los Angeles. And remember, despite giving up the field goal, this is still a one-score game. They're in need of the touchdown and a 2-point conversion. They'll start this drive out on the ground. And he will lose yardage and be backed up to the 24. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
There's no question that coming into this game, this defense is pretty vocal about its desire to take this running back out of his game. And all that pregame whooping has turned into results.
And this Green Bay defense making that play look a lot like the previous one. Both tackles behind the line of scrimmage. To throw is James. Off the bootleg. And he will not be able to hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. The coverage strong, and now it's 4th down. So all eyes on this Rams offense. Down by 8, 87. Back to throw. He'll buy some time right. And they'll get him down up past the 15-yard line. He's back to throw. Dancing to his left. And a loose football. And the Packers pick it up. And now off to the races down the right side. And this defense has broken it open as they return it to the house for 6. The offense, they've had some sloppy moments. Sloppy there again on that one. Here's the Los Angeles offense as they get set to take possession. James throwing on first down. And he checks this one down to Williams. And right now, defensively, you love that, don't you? I mean, you'll give them that play.
And they'll take it every single time. This is almost like nickeling and diming it downfield, and too much time's going to run off the clock.
Here's James to throw on second down. He's got Atwell. That's complete. And he will get to the sideline here, but that a minimal gain at best. 3 yards, possibly 4. Short play like that in this situation this late, that's a win for the defense.
No doubt. I remember something Coach Madden used to talk about all the time. Sometimes you can't just take what the defense gives you. You have to take what you need. And in this case, the offense is taking what the defense is giving them, not what they need.
He's going to let it fly. And that is incomplete.
That means it's just one last chance left, and this has to be a first down or a touchdown, or this game's over.
Got to try it here. He's back to throw. Being chased out left. And he gives himself up, but not before he gets the conversion. And with inside of 10 seconds, 8 to be precise, we get whistles and a timeout on the field. They keep the game alive, at least for the moment, as it's a first down. Looking to throw. James finding Williams on the check down. The Rams going to be forced to use their third and final timeout. And as the two teams talk it over on their respective sidelines, we take a break. They'll come up now. This is second and long. One final shot. They'll look to throw. Steps away to his left. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And that will be incomplete as time has run out on this football game. What a performance. All those points put on the board. And, Charles, it wasn't just by the offense. The defense put some points on the board as well. They were solid today.
Yeah, it was a complete effort to secure the win, and both sides of the ball made big plays. But how demoralizing is it when the opposing defense can take one all the way back against you?
from SoFi Stadium in Inglewood, California. It's Week 7 of the NFL on EA Sports. It's the Los Angeles Rams taking on the Las Vegas Raiders.
From the second largest city in the U.S., Los Angeles, California, we've got football as EA Sports coverage of the NFL is on the air.
Okay, it's time.
So out come the Rams now for their first possession. And here's a look at their leader, standing 6'4". James now, off the bootleg. That's complete to his tight end, Higbee. He was unable to shake free there, and they'll cover him for a loss of a yard. You look at this Raiders defense. They are number 2 in the NFL against the run right now, Charles.
Most of their challenges have come in the passing game because against the run, they've been pretty darn good. Now you've got to figure out a way to slow down those receivers before they get downfield and maybe make a few more plays on the ball when it's in the air.
And this will be a gain of 5 as he gets it to the 30. And they're going to speed things up here. Back to throw. James. And it's going to be incomplete. He was able to catch it there on the right sideline, but out of bounds, says the line judge. And it's going to bring up 4th down. So the Rams coming back onto the field, their second drive of the game. They've been outplayed early, no question. Down 14-0 already as they come up 1st and 10. Throwing to start the drive. James. Quick hitter here. It's complete. They'll be dropped after a gain of about 6 across the 30 to the 31. They'll come up now 2nd and 4 from the 31. They'll hand it off now. Williams. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. A gain there of 12 yards and a 1st down L.A. Now, look, that wasn't a huge gain, but those are the types of carries I think they were missing in their loss last week. They couldn't get him going on the ground.
Did you get the same feeling I did during our meetings, that they kind of regretted that he didn't touch the ball?
Absolutely.
You know, hey, he should have touched it more last week. They weren't going to make that same mistake, and they've taken care of that early. I think he had to unload that one before he wanted to. He was right up in his grill. I think he was a dentist there without a license, don't you?
Just not enough time for the play to develop. Just lucky it wasn't a fumble, really. Now a 2nd and 10. Now a handoff. Here's Williams. Shifts past him at the 45. And he'll be stopped at the 46.
Yo.
Gain of 3.
A little
Looking
mad.
to speed things up here, going with some tempo. Now James. Off play action. Forced out to his left. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. It'll go as a sack, a loss of 3, and in turn, it takes us to a 4th down. And the LA offense ready for this next possession. Still in the first half, but this offense has struggled. Haven't really been able to get anything going, not only in the points category, but in the yards category. We'll see if they can do better here on this drive.
Stick switch.
To throw is James on 1st down. And a quick throw here, that's complete. Here's a 2nd and 8. operating from the gun. James. And a little floater there, but
Oh.
it'll wind up incomplete, falling to the ground.
It's a tried and true formula, and I don't think it'll change for as long as we play.
Tyler Johnson from
Someone's trying to throw the
Minnesota.
ball, and you can put pressure on them and make it tough. That's only going to help your defense.
Yeah, he's since being hurried. He got rid of it before taking
got
it,
it.
but incomplete. And he'll go down, but not before getting this.
We got no
inside the
defense. This
30.
season's gonna
23
suck.
yards, the final tally.
Well, these guys have definitely been outplayed in the first half. I like their countenance. I like the way that they haven't panicked out there, the way they're carrying themselves. They're starting to move the ball, and what you have to do, maintain your poise and start to put together some drives.
Halfback
This
zone weak.
offense
It's
finding
not
its
there.
legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Looking to throw. James. And this will be caught by his big wide receiver.
Big Coop.
And inside the 20 before he's brought down. 11 more yards that go around. A 1st down as well. Off play action. James steps away. Open man, Higbee, the tight end.
Nice
And he'll
catch.
be out of bounds, taking it just shy of the 10 at the 11 or the 12.
That back
And now the
inside
red
zone.
flag out on the
Uh-oh.
field. We'll have a challenge forthcoming. Did he keep those feet in bounds? That's the question they've got to decide. And
Oh,
I
yeah.
gotta say, watching it in real time, it was on. So the challenge there does not go their way. This will indeed remain a completed pass.
All right, here we go.
James looking to throw on 2nd down.
My
Gonna be hit
goodness.
And taken down at the 21. Max Crosby in there to get him, and on the season now, that is 9 sacks for him. Well, when you're down a couple of scores like this, CD, you can't afford too many plays that go in the wrong direction like that one.
Yeah, when you take a good look at it broadly, sacks are better than giving up.
And that is caught.
Beautiful.
What a grab at the 8. 1st and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game. Back to throw. James. And this is
There's one
caught.
touchdown.
He's got it. Touchdown, LA. Puka Nacua, his 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Rams have cut it back within a score.
5 wide in that offensive set, and racing going 3 wide's a big deal. To go 5, how about the way that they finish things off?
Did you just fit a race car reference into the game?
Play, when you go 5 wide, that means you're going fast now.
Zoom, zoom.
All right,
indeed.
give me the ball back.
Their quarterback leading this offense back
15
out.
plus
He threw a touchdown
yards.
pass last time they had it. And he'll look to get him in the end zone.
Let's get him to the edge. Nope.
Throwing to start the drive. James.
Nacua on a linebacker. He fumbled
The
it.
ball's out, and the Raiders pick it up. That is
Unbelievable.
into the end zone. It's a fumble return for 6 and a Raider touchdown. The pass receiver turned into a runner, then he turned into a fumbler, and it goes the other way for. Their quarterback in this offense heading back out to the field. He had the short touchdown pass on their previous drive, and they'll begin again here on 1st and 10.
Keep it simple, smart.
Off the play fake. James rolling to his left. That's complete to Williams out of the backfield. And he'll be upended at the 28-yard line. Just a 3-yard gain there. Here's 2nd and 7 now from the 28. Looking to throw. James. Flush to his right. Oh, he put it on the carpet, a fumble. And the Raiders have
Oh
recovered.
my God, this is crazy. Things will get better.
In comes the captain of this offense, leading his crew back out there now. They'll start on the ground here on first down.
Good
And he
game.
edges
Oh,
forward, but
2.
only gets a pair of yards out of it, and it's second down.
Defenses always talk about earning the right to rush the passer on third down. And you know what offenses want? Win first down so they can set things up for themselves better.
And that wasn't helpful there. Not a big impact on first down. Williams going to get it again on second down.
First
And
down.
he'll take this up near the 35, maybe the 34. The Rams on third down. They've hit 2 for 4 thus far. They need just a yard here. It's 3rd and 1. They'll try and run for it. Here's Williams. And he's going to have the first down. At
First
about the
down. Let's
38.
get a touchdown before the half.
Convert with a gain of 4.
Well, it wasn't a goal line situation, but how about the goal line formation? on
Counter
third and short?
Y.
They went in, went heavy. No surprise I knew he was going to get the football. How about the power exhibited there?
Yeah, that was just put a hat on a hat, drive forward. Nice job to pick it up. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. Looking at a 2nd and 11 now after the loss.
Going up deep to Coop.
Off play action. James. Got his man complete over the middle. That's Williams. They'll come up now 3rd and 9. Off the play fake. James. And down
My
he goes.
God.
Brought down a Raider sack. Max Crosby. That is now 2 sacks for him here in this first half. The Rams offense ready to begin quarter number 3. And you have to think, Charles, down 3 scores already. They need to play an almost perfect second half to have a solid chance.
And that absolutely starts with finding some way to put together a touchdown drive here. They need to be smart, fast, efficient, get the ball into the end zone, and do it again multiple times in order to have a chance to win this game.
Yeah, boy, this defense again really making things tough on him as they stop him for no gain.
He continues to struggle to find a crease to break off a big one and might need to just put that aside and just try and ram his way forward and get what he can.
Well, they have the run for no gain. Now they'll try again from the 25 on 2nd and 10. Back to throw. James. And that's incomplete.
I don't know, to step up in the pocket or start running more.
Conversion as they come up on 3rd down. Looking to throw. James. Able to find the open man. That's complete. And he is going to have a Rams first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. Operating from the gun. James. Throw left side complete. That's Johnson. And this winds up a gain of 4 to the 41. And now it looks like they're going to be in the hurry up. Here's James to throw on 2nd down.
Oh.
Knocked away and incomplete.
Just what they need, a lecture from me, but subpar offense is what helped get them into this spot. And now they're continuing the trend with incompletions. That won't get them out of it if they don't change something soon.
So after the second down incompletion, they'll come up now against a 3rd and 6. Off play action. James escaping the pressure right. And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. It'll be a sack and a loss of 3, but more importantly, it brings up 4th down.
Looks like another empty possession here, partner, and I don't...
Now the Rams offense getting the football back. They'll start this drive out on the ground. And they'll get 8 out of this before being stopped at the 28. And the offense moving quickly to the line. James now off the play fake, eluding the pressure right. And he'll get it up to the 33-yard line. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. Off the play fake, James out to his left. And the throw left sideline here is caught, but they'll rule it incomplete. Couldn't keep his feet in. 2nd down.
Well, defensively, they haven't let him just sit in the pocket and get comfortable, and that's opposite a lot of game plans in today's NFL. Ordinarily, you're trying to keep the quarterback hemmed in. In this case, they brought the heat, and if he flushes out, they're fine with that, and they force another incompletion.
They're going to hurry back to the line now. In motion right goes Johnson. And I don't think he got there, no. He's short by maybe a foot, maybe. Call it 4th and inches.
Oh, let me go for it? Oh, man.
The Rams offense now making their way out to take over. They were coming off the extra week of rest, but this team started sluggish, and it really didn't get any better from there, and trailing big here in this 4th quarter. They'll start on the ground here on 1st down. And he sneaks his way forward only for a couple here. 2nd down.
If they want to start getting back into this game, it behooves them to get better on 1st down.
Yeah, certainly not what they were looking for there out of the opening play of this drive. They'll break the huddle, come up on 2nd and 8 at the 27-yard line. Off play action. James buying time to his left. And he fumbled it. It's on the ground. And the Raiders pick it up.
This is unfreaking believable.
At the 34-yard line.
And with that kind of a deficit, you can't afford to make any kind of mistakes. But it's been pretty symptomatic of what we've seen all game with them, isn't it? Down this big in the 4th quarter.
Yeah, you'd say an afternoon to forget, absolutely. The offense for Los Angeles returns to the field. Now James, off play action. He's going to rifle one deep left side. Oh, he dropped it. And that's pretty indicative of the way this one's gone. So following the incompletion, here's 2nd and 10 from the 25. Off the play fake. James. Open man downfield is Johnson.
Tyler,
And he'll be taken
TJ.
down, but not before they work it across midfield. A gain of 28 yards there and give them a first down.
Well, I can put my defensive cap
Inside
on right now.
zone.
I know they're saying don't give up any big plays now. They've controlled this game throughout, and all they want to do is see it through to the end. I think they let their guard down a little bit with that last completion.
And the Raiders have got him. Max Crosby able
Holy
to disrupt yet another
smokes.
pass play. That is his 3rd sack of the afternoon. So after the sack, a scenario you certainly don't work on too often. 2nd and 24.
All right, run the ball hard.
On the counter, here's Williams. And able to get this one all the way up to about the 46-yard line. And they're going to hurry back to the line now. On 3rd down, here's Williams. And they'll get him down about 3 yards short of the 1st. And they're indeed going to go for it here on 4th down. So trailing here in the last quarter, let's see how this plays out. Off the bootleg, James flushed out right. Man,
Beautiful.
open, it's Cup. He's got it.
Cooper.
And he gets this one inside the 15, just a yard or 2 shy of the 10. No reason not to try it there, and they do indeed convert on 4th. Well, those are the types of plays they probably wish they had made more of in the first 3 quarters. And this deficit going to be tough to overcome here in the 4th. But a nice first down and a pickup on that throw.
Yeah, and this is where as coaches, you're looking for effort and execution, even though the scoreboard is going against you. You want to find out who's going to fight, who's going to scrap, who's going to keep their heads up and continue to play.
2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
I think this offense, specifically this running game, they're going to have to find a way to turn the page because they haven't found a way to run it effectively thus far, and it's cost them.
On the move to his left. And he's got it. That's Cup for a Ram touchdown. A 14-yard touchdown. And the Rams are able to make some inroads here to that deficit. He's got them out now to a 3-score lead here in the 4th quarter after that one, CD. And he looked right off the line like he knew that that ball was coming his way, and he secured it for 6 points.
Yeah, I think when you're leading by a healthy margin already.
And now, of course, all scoring plays are reviewed, and I think they're going to take an extra long look at this one. They're taking a peek at whether or not those feet were in bounds, and obviously a big call here in the end zone. So they called it a touchdown originally, and this will stay a touchdown after the video review, so they had it right. The Rams leave the offense on the field. They'll go for 2. They'll try and throw for it. He's got it. So they convert the 2. That keeps
Down by 2 scores.
we're back to a 2-score game. The football going back to the Rams now. They'll send a receiver here in motion right. To throw is James. Throwing to start the drive. Puts it on the carpet. It's out. But this will fortunately wind up out of bounds. Second time he's fumbled in this game. Fortunate for him, this one goes out of bounds.
And the key for him now is how much equity have you built up with your coaching staff? How much equity have you built up with your team to continue to get opportunities? Fortunate that one went out of bounds, saved him from a turnover.
Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete.
Well, no surprise there. He was looking for one of his favorite targets again as soon as he left the pocket. But the coverage was good downfield. They got right to the receiver and helped prevent that completion.
Under 4 to go now as they come up on second down. Back to throw. James. And his throw is incomplete.
Receiver coaches preach to their guys all the time. Separation, that's what's going to make the play successful. That time there was very little, and I think they were actually fortunate that it was only knocked away and not intercepted.
This offense so far on third down, not quite 50%, 4 for 9. This is 3rd and 10. And he comes back with one complete. Yeah, boy, he is very close to a first down, but from where they're spotting that football, he's going to be a foot or so short. They run. It's Williams. Powers past him at midfield. And he gets this one across midfield for the first down to the 46. And now they're in the hurry-up. James on 1st and 10. Flush to his right. Johnson's got it complete. So give him 5 yards there on the pitch and catch. And it'll be second down. Now they'll throw here out of the gun. Oh, there's that man again. It's complete. And tackled down after a gain of 3. Leaves him with 1 yard to go on third down. This will be play number 8 here on the drive. It's 3rd and a yard. Looking to throw. James. And down he goes. Brought down a Raider sack. Here we go. This is 4th down. Two minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So it's Rams football here as we get you reset. They come up on a 4th down situation with things not looking particularly rosy. Here's James throwing on 4th down. And he's got his favorite target yet again. It's complete. And unable to break away. They stop him a few yards shy. They had to go for it with such little time remaining. And the Raider D, they get the football back. So with that, we can just about close the book on this one, Charles.
Yeah, what's the old expression about slim and none? Well, Slim just left town on.
So all eyes on this Rams offense. Down by 16. James now to throw from his end zone. He's going to let it fly. And it's knocked away and incomplete.
Just a difficult situation to be in here in the final minute. Down 2 scores. You know you need some providence from somewhere. They're going to keep firing away till the end. But this one falls incomplete.
They'll throw again from their own end zone. And this is intercepted, and that should do it. Picked off by Robert Spillane. But Charles, they're trying to protect this lead late. Those are the types of mistakes they could afford to go without.
About the last thing you want to give them is help in completing a comeback, which is exactly what that penalty does.
Now James. Throwing on first down. He'll drop this down to Williams. And that won't help much. Only a yard on first down. They'll come up now 2nd and 9. Back to throw. James. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete.
Just kind of a wing and a prayer there. This ball's kind of up for grabs, but they're at a point where they have to live with that. Unfortunately, this one winds up incomplete.
This definitely 4-down territory at this point, but a critical 3rd down here. Williams. And he will not get what he needed as he stops short of the 1st down and around the 22. But what a performance. All those points put on the board. And, Charles, it wasn't just by the offense. The defense put some points on the board as well. They were solid today.
Yeah, it was a complete effort to secure the win, and both sides of the ball made big plays. But how demoralizing is it when the opposing defense can take one all the way back against you? And that was the case here. That really sparked them to victory.
So for the Raiders, they move back over 500 now at 4-3.